A very good morning, friend. My name is Milind Suresh Pawar. I am working as assistant professor in KK Education Societies, KK Arts, Commerce, Science and Computer Science College, Kaka Saheb Nagar, Taluka Nifad, District Nashik. I have completed my basic criteria for this job. I have qualified NET and SET examination. Today we are going to discuss interior of the earth, which is a topic which is designed by Pune University in syllabus of FY BSc for paper first geomorphology. So interior of the earth, where it is based on seismic evidences, means nobody is reached up to the center of the earth, which is far away. It means 6,371 kilometers from the crust, from the upper part of the crust or from the earth's surface. It means it is far away and it is not possible or it is impossible to reach up to the center of the earth, and hence one can able to rely on the information which is get from such kind of evidences, which are seismic evidences. But before looking or find out how interior of the earth is, we must have to know that what is mean by seismic waves. Seismic waves, in simple words, seismic waves are the waves which are generated or originate from the deep within the earth and which are a result of the earthquakes, and they used to travel in various directions, and on the basis of their velocity or on the basis of their speed or change into their speed according to the substances from which they travel, one can come to know that how interior of the earth is and from what material it is formed. So let's begin our journey by knowing the seismic waves. When an earthquake occurs, the seismic waves, which are P and S waves, spread out in all directions through the earth's interior. Seismic stations located at increasing distances from the earthquake epicenter will record seismic waves that have traveled through increasing depths in the earth. Seismic velocities depend on the material properties such as composition, mineral phase and packing structure, temperature and pressure of the media through which seismic waves pass. Anomalously, hot areas slow down seismic waves. Seismic waves move more slowly through a liquid than a solid. It means those part of the earth which having liquid properties or the composition is in liquid form, from them the seismic waves, the speed of or the velocity of the seismic waves, it gets decreases as compared to the solid part of the earth, and hence one can know that how the interior of the earth is. Molten areas within the earth slow down P waves and stop S waves because their shearing motion cannot be transmitted through a liquid. Partially, molten areas may slow down the P waves and attenuate or weaken S waves. When seismic waves pass between geologic layers with contrasting seismic velocities, when any wave passes through media with distinctly differing velocities, reflections, refraction, which is also known as bending. Most of the students get confused in between reflection and refraction. Okay, so keep it in mind that refraction means bending of anything, and the production of new wave phases. Example, an S wave produced from a P wave. Often result, sudden jumps in seismic velocities across a boundary are known as seismic discontinuities. It means when there is change in composition of the material, it is a transition zone. Seismic discontinuities, it is a transition zone where the there is a separation of two parts which having distinctive composition and properties, and such part into the interior of the earth is known as seismic discontinuities. So, there are three concentric layers from which earth is made up of. First one is crust, second one is mantle, and third one is core. Core is the innermost part of the earth, and on that there is a mantle, and on that there is a crust. Crust is a thinner part of the earth, and mantle width of the mantle is much more greater than that of the crust, and it is also greater than core, but the mass of the core is greater. So, let us see that discontinuities, Mohorovičić seismic discontinuity. Seismic stations within about 200 km of a continental earthquake or other seismic disturbance such as a dynamite blast report travel times that increase in a regular fashion with distance from the source, but beyond 200 km the seismic waves arrive sooner than the expected, forming a break in the travel time versus distance curve. Sorry. Mohorovičić 1909 interpreted this to mean that the seismic waves recorded beyond 200 km from the earthquake source had passed through a lower layer with significantly higher seismic velocity. Next is, this seismic discontinuity is now known as the Moho, much easier than Mohorovičić seismic discontinuity. It is the boundary between the felsic mafic crust with seismic velocity around 6 km per second and the denser ultramafic mantle with seismic velocity around 8 km per second. The depth to the Moho beneath the continents averages around 35 km, but ranges from around 20 km to 70 km. The Moho beneath the oceans is usually about 7 km below the sea floor. That is, ocean crust is about 7 km thick. Up to this you came to know that the ocean floor is less thicker than that of the continental part, but its composition is differ from the crustal part. Here you can see that the width of the continental crustal part is 35, near about 35 km, while it is near about 7 km thick on the ocean surface. To that, properties of the crust. Continental crust has the following properties, and the oceanic crust is also have separate properties. Depth to Moho 20 to 70 km, average 30 to 40 km. Composition: felsic intermediate and mafic igneous sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Age of continental crust is 0 to 4 billion years. Summary of continental crust is that it is thicker, it is less dense, and it is heterogeneous and old. It is old in nature. While oceanic crust, depth to Moho is 7 km. Composition of oceanic crust is mafic igneous rock, which is mainly basalt and gabbro, with thin layer of sediments on top. It means oceanic crust having a thin layer of sediments which is accumulated on its top. Age of the oceanic crust is 0 to 200 million years. While it's in its summary, it is thinner, it is more dense than that of continental crust, it is homogeneous. Again, these are the same properties compared to continental and oceanic crust, and it is young, it is comparatively young than that of the continental crust. The mantle, low velocity zone, seismic velocities tend to gradually increase with depth in the mantle due to the increasing pressure and therefore density with the depth. However, seismic waves recorded at distances corresponding to depths of around 100 km to 250 km arrive later than expected, indicating a zone of low seismic wave velocity. Furthermore, while both the P and S waves travel more slowly, the S waves are attenuated or weakened. This is interpreted to be a zone that is partially molten, probably 1% or less, that is greater than 99% solid. Alternatively, it may simply represent a zone where the mantle is very close to its melting point for that depth and pressure, that it is very soft, then this represents a zone of weakness in the upper mantle. This zone is called the asthenosphere or weak sphere. It means asthenosphere is a semi-plastic layer on which the upper part of the crust and mantle used to slide or glide, and hence all the plates from which the earth crust is formed, they used to move away from each other or towards each other, or they slide past. Okay, so it is because of the presence of asthenosphere. That is next, the asthenosphere. Next to this is the asthenosphere separates the strong solid rock of the uppermost mantle and crust above from the remainder of the strong solid mantle below. The combination of uppermost mantle and crust above the asthenosphere is called the lithosphere. The lithosphere is free to move or free to glide over the weak asthenosphere. The tectonic plates are in fact lithospheric plates. 670 km seismic discontinuity below the low velocity zone are a couple of seismic discontinuities at which seismic velocities increase. Theoretical analysis and laboratory experiments show that at these depths, precious ultramafic silicates will change phase. Atomic packing structure or crystalline structure from the crystalline structure of olivine to tighter packing structures. So, a discontinuity at around 670 km depth is particularly distinct. The 670 km discontinuity results from the change of spinel structure to the perovskite crystalline structure, which remains stable to the base of the mantle. Perovskite, same chemical formula as olivine, is then the most abundant silicate mineral in the earth. The 670 km discontinuity is thought to represent a major boundary separating a less dense upper mantle from a more dense lower mantle. Here in this image, one can easily see that how thin is the crust where the Moho discontinuity is located and where is the asthenosphere over which the upper mantle part and the lithospheric slabs used to glide, or they move away from each other or towards each other, or they get slide past, and hence below that there is a lower mantle. As we discussed that earth is made up of three concentric layers. First one is crust, second one is mantle, and third one is the core. So for today's video, I think this is enough, and I hope that you have understood all these things what we have discussed, and you can easily get able to write it in the examinations. So if you like my video, then please subscribe my channel and wait for my next upcoming videos. So let's enough for up to this. Thank you.